Fella.
My man. Fresh off the Southwest bird is my answer to whatever question you're just going to hit me with.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was concerned, first of all, when you said we're turning back. I went, what do you mean turn back? Keep going. I know. Just so to tell the listeners, I wake up, do not disturbs on my phone. Of course, you wake up in Vegas, you're like, usually a little foggy. Big time.
Well, I was big time foggy this morning, and I had a 10:15 departed flight back to Orange County to sit here and do this pod with you. And it was 9:30, maybe 9:28 on my phone. And I went, oh shit.
That's exactly what you texted.
I already had the bags packed because I tried to get out of there last night after the game. Obviously, I put a valiant effort in.
No, you tried to leave in the third. You won all your bets.
Won all the bets.
You said, listen, you think I can make that 8:45er? Yeah. I said, I think you can if you go right. You got to go now.
Yeah, well, it was jam traffic coming out of there. It was brutal.
Because you were probably trying to leave T-Mobile. It was probably 7:30 when you said that to me, right?
Yeah.
And I go, you got to go right now.
I was a full-on fucking run sweat. But anyway, it was a tough battle that night. Didn't make the flight. Stayed. Best decision I could have made anyway, obviously. What's another night sitting around, shooting the shit with the boys. You were trying to get home to the family if you could have, right? Yeah. You gave it a valiant effort, but then once you walk back into the Bellagio and you still had the bags with you. I had the bags. I still had the bags. I had some caviar with my friend Bobby and his beautiful wife, Terry, from St. Louis. And then I go and sit with you guys. And then the drinks start sliding.
Yeah.
And then it's fucking 4 a.m.
I said to Bobby and his wife, I go, I don't know you very well, but it's been 2 weeks and you guys don't really like to stay in St. Louis very much. You just live there, but you're looking to be in Newport. And they're like, we travel a lot.
It's kind of the thing, I think, when you live there, is you enjoy getting out when you do. But so anyway, I made my flight, got on the Southwest bird. I made it. I fucking Jimmy snooked right through it was.
Did you see the video I sent you on Instagram? Here's the trying to make his flight. This guy's just like fucking.
But man, 20 minutes up in the air, the pilot came on and turned the fucking ship around. It was a little dicey.
Now let's talk about that.
It was dicey because we were low, and the reason we were flying low is because one of the, in quotations, instruments, which in flying terms means something fucking important on the airplane. I think. Was not functioning properly. Okay, I don't know what that means, but the sound of the guy's voice, the pilot, was a little concerning to me. I was like, I looked at the guy next to me. I'm like, that didn't sound right. He's like, are we turning around? I said, yeah.
So it had nothing to do with landing the plane, obviously, because you landed back in Vegas. So it was just something to do with he couldn't get up to the right altitude. He couldn't get up to the right altitude, and then when he tried to go up high, the plane would be shaking. And I was like, I knew from being on enough planes that it wasn't right. Like I was like, something's not right here. Yeah.
So it was one of the like, let's say calibrators, keeps everything balanced. Fucking was just MIA. He went
like, hey, big boy, slide over here on the right side of the bird. You get over here. You should just start moving people around.
This is just my luck. Almost, I should have missed the bird because this one's going down. This would have been great to miss. If I have to miss one flight.
At least I left it all out there. This one's going down.
Yeah. Honey, sorry I missed my flight, but fuck, the plane went down. So that's probably pretty good.
Hey, my flight out there, same thing. JSX, we go right out there, run the runway, and we're sitting there, and I'm thinking, like, fuck, we've been sitting here for a while. Like, what's going on? Sure enough, throw her in reverse, bring her back. I'll take the door open. In comes the fucking... I'm thinking, we sat there for an hour. I'm like, I finally go, hey, what's going on up there? Like I was row 2. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's fine. Just a light came on. It's super safe and this and that. So we both battled a little bit of.
That's I know. And then I went in the airport and they put us on another plane, like in an hour and 20 minutes. So my 10:15 flight ended up being 12:45. So I had a couple Guinnesses.
Yeah. One thing about Southwest is they got lots of birds.
Tons of birds.
Tons of birds.
It was a fucking free for all. They were herding people. They were herding cattle onto the plane. It was just, no one's number mattered the second time in. A1, A2. I had A3. I showed up almost dead last to get on the first flight though.
Why don't they give you a fucking A? Like, just give me a number. Why has it got to be A3? Well, I get section A, but just give you row 2 seat, whatever. I don't get that.
It's just a way. Early. Yeah, it's a way for them. To maybe sell more seats, or to have an efficient on and off. I don't know. It's not very efficient. No,
right?
Nothing's efficient.
And I always go right to the exit row usually, and I hope that the middle seat, stays open.
My thing is I take the first row.
First row.
So I'm a first fucking guy off of that stinky bird. I don't want to spend another minute on this stinky bird. So I want to be the first guy off. So I sit in the front. I'm
glad you made her, fellow.
Thanks, bud.
What an unbelievable weekend at the Bellagio. Shout out to our boy Tom Riley. Hooked us up with the rooms. Maxie represented Hall Pass Media. Princey came in, did some social stuff. It's fun hanging down there at the around the rink, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel more comfortable down there than when we first started doing this gig. When we first started doing it, and even at the All-Star game this year, they're like, I want to go down here. I'm like, not really. Now I'm like, yeah, let's just stroll around here and say hi to Enzo.
This is where we belong.
Yeah, it's just like,
we've earned our stripes, by the way.
It's fun.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of respect given to the boys, and even like Max and fucking Princey just walking around and doing their thing. We had our cameras, we had our microphones. We're shooting some stuff. Shout out to EJ and Jackie who had us on, and all the staff from NHL Network.
They're awesome.
They beautiful set that they had. Nice to pop in and see them. We're going to try to maybe do that again this week in Florida if we can make it out till sunrise, half decent time. Probably not going to happen.
Yeah, but maybe. I tell you what, the temperature in that barn when I walked in there helped me.
You like that?
I was hung cheese coming to that fucking thing, right?
You were, yeah.
I woke up. I was. This is when you know you're hungover. When you're too hungover to get an IV. I went, what do I want? Another hour in the sheets here, or this girl to come in my room? So I can lay.
So how do they get the IVs at the Bellagio? You just call them?
You call them. Jill Lipson was setting it up for me, and I bailed. I said, can I move it to 3? Which it wouldn't have worked anyways, because by the time we got to the barn, and I was big time underdressed, I forgot how close it was to game time. Like everyone we bumped into they were there for the night.
No,
right?
I know.
They weren't going back. Like we were going
there.
back. So it was close to game time is all I'm saying. Like that 5 o'clock puck drop in Vegas is nice.
I agree.
Right?
I seen Coach Cassidy there underneath. Like that was early. That was the second bus hadn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
Florida's bus. It reminds you just how early you got to get to the fucking rink back in the day when we played, right?
Yeah.
Like we were there 1:15, 1:30. Guys were there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we did our spot at 1:45, and then we hung out there till probably 3 o'clock, 3:30. And at that time, everyone was there. It was go time. But to see, Coach Cassidy's press conference the day before, when we went to the practice rink, which is a beautiful practice facility. So shout out to Gary Lawless, the lawman. Been good to the pod, good dude. His press conference that we caught up there in the bar, which by the way, there was no booze being sold.
But there was a lot of booze that we couldn't quite get our mitts on it.
No one pouring.
Yeah.
Great answers. I thought really authentic. Some fucking knucklehead from Canada asked about Phil Kessel. No, I wasn't Hirsch.
Oh.
Somebody else asked him about Phil Kessel. What is Phil going to get in the line? Probably some Leafs beat writer from back in the day. It was like, is Phil going to get out there? Like, they're in the final. The only way Phil's getting in, and Phil would be the first one to say this, is with an injury. Mm-hmm. Right? Like that's how he's going to get in. And there's nothing wrong with that. Phil's got 2 cups already, and he's going to win a third one here, and he's a good team guy. That was the only dumb question I heard when we were in there. But Cassidy talking about their power play. I don't know. It was pretty refreshing to hear him talk like that. I guess I haven't paid that close of attention. I haven't been watching much pressers, to be honest with you.
No, but these playoffs, the podiums and the stages like that, they set a nice little, it's a perfect way to kind of get the beat on this series, right? Because you're listening in on fresh thoughts from coaches who have just come out of either, the coaches, their video meetings, they're sitting talking with coaches, they're discussing like what kind of message we need to send to the team today. And then it's a game of psychological warfare too, Obie, and you know this, but
on and off the ice,
No, it is. The off ice is the way the coaches speak to the media. They need to control the narrative of the series. It's I didn't pay attention this morning, obvious reasons why. But
you had bigger things to worry about, eh?
Yeah, and the Live Tour announcing what they did today. Yeah. But let's
we'll get into that next week.
Let's be honest.
We're a little fresher. We'll get into that next week.
Yeah, but let's be honest. That like the media, the way the coaches, I bet you the message from Bruce today was like, we still got to give these guys as much fucking credit. Like Florida, they're a great team. Yeah. Meanwhile, they've been kicking some fucking ass
for sure.
You
bumped into Sean Burke. I bumped into my former teammate Ryan Craig. Craiger still looks like he could play, but this other guy that saw you was Berkey was happy to see you too. But this guy that saw you, like when he came across the ice, he's like, Updogg, he gave you a hug.
Yeah. Like, and I just immediately was like, Misha, Spangy. Spangy. When you win, bud, you build these relationships. And Berkey was our GM.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Berkey was our GM, but I also had him as our goalie coach in Phoenix when I played there. So he was at the time Brizgalov's goalie coach, and
his hands full there.
He was a beauty. I do remember a quick little story without giving too much away about our boy Berkey because he's a legend. We went to Prague to start the season off, and he came over there, and this guy was obviously the players were enjoying themselves. Berkey was out on the town. I mean, Prague. You've been to Prague.
It's
a great time.
So the got traded from Tampa to Vancouver.
The coaches that we had were all out having fun, and totally. So Berkey was great. Felt like a teammate, complete guy's guy, and the way he spoke too. He's his son actually played on our Spengler Cup team, his oldest boy. Now he's got a young boy who's 8 years old, and he says he can't keep the pads off this guy. Kid wants to be a goalie too.
He said he was getting him not the top of the line gear.
Yeah.
Making him earn a little bit. Yeah. I was like, that a boy Berkey, don't give him all the... Yeah, he's like,
you learn something like that. Just put the kid in fucking brand new Vaughn,
Yeah.
Make him wear the Road Warrior stuff for a while.
How good did that Stanley Cup patch look on their, tracksuits they were wearing? That's what I was like, that's a nice looking Stanley Cup patch on those tracksuits.
Obviously, you watch an NHL practice and you've been in a million of them. You're late for a few too, I'm sure, but just watching these guys out there, knowing that they're 3 wins away from a cup, it's like, right?
I know.
And just that feel of like, so they're smiling and they're just like, let's fucking go. You know how much better it is when you put the laces on, you're snapping it in the playoffs.
I mean, those are the best skates too, right? When you're just touching it, a little flow drill.
Were you shocked how many guys were out skating? Loose would probably lose his mind if he knew how. I was
shocked how many guys were out there. And I guess that's maybe why I never made it to a Stanley Cup final. But there is, unless the old Barry Trotz rule, maybe, I don't know how Cassidy works. Trotz had a great rule in playoffs where either you skate in between game 1 and 2, or you skate the morning of game 2, right? So I was obviously a big optional guy, so I would probably skate on the off day and then take my morning.
A skate today or skate tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Skate today or skate tomorrow.
It's nice just having the optional.
But this is the final. Like, I don't even know. Trotzy might have changed. Like, I don't know what he did in Washington.
A lot of days off, though, in between those games for both teams, right? So they got to stay sharp.
You want to stay sharp.
And whatever Vegas did the day before their game yesterday, they should do every fucking day.
Well, we told you. We both kind of came away with the look of, like, that team, like they were on crispy, like, passing everything perfect. Shot, hit the net, boom, boom, boom. Like, I was like, wow, these guys are focused, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, 100%.
Speaking about focused, the TNT setup at the T-Mobile was sick. They're like, what a set where they could sit down there. I mean, our setup was probably a little bit better thanks to Tom Riley, but that's a great setup for those guys.
Well, they got the best suite in the house.
Yeah, besides the ones we were in.
Yeah, yes, but even so, it's like
for straight media, they had the best setup.
Yeah, and it's in the corner, and it's their own it's like their own little fortress over there. Yeah. I wonder what that even is when it's not, when this isn't the Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah.
Well, what is that? Just one box over there?
Probably.
It's a big fucking box.
Yeah, big box in the corner.
It's a big box in the corner. But there was no booze in there, I heard, so we weren't going to go over there.
Yeah. Ty told us that. He said, there's no booze in the TNT suite. I said,
I had about 5 or 6 those nice Goose IPAs. I mean,
you were sliding down the IPAs.
It's nice.
When you've been on a little bit, or this is just me, maybe this isn't everybody, but the game 1, I in that suite drank straight tequila with just ice and orange slices. And the guy in there was the same guy. He goes, you want straight tequila again? I go, no, fella. Well, let's talk about this. What should I have? And I said, give me a Diet Coke to start. And then I went, give me a Crown and Diet in a short glass. And I drank those and then made her back to MGM where I thought you were gone. And I was going to have a couple more. Well, I ended up having about, 10 or 12 more. And then I finally went to bed. But they were tasting pretty good, I guess is my point, the Crown and Diets.
Yeah.
But the whole TNT guys, obviously we don't have to get in. We just got to spend some time again with Wayne. He was awesome staying at the Bellagio with us. Yeah. Got to see Talks again. Panger. How great of a guy is Darren Pang?
Darren Pang's the man.
Great guy.
Kenny
Albert, we got to talk to.
By the way, Kenny Albert, love Kenny Albert.
Great guy.
Just quiet,
Bumped
civilized.
Into Keith Jones.
Jonesy was great.
Yeah, and I just want to say this for Flyers fans. I'm sure you know that, but that is the right man for the job, right? And I'm going to miss him on TNT, and I told him, I said, Jones, I'm going to miss you, but I'm so happy for you. He's the man for the job, and I don't know Danny B like you do, and I'll take your word for it on whatever you think of him, but when it comes to Keith Jones and the relationship that he's built through media, the way he played, he knows the league in and out. He knows the older guys that are running teams. I just think, they're in good shape.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
He checks every box.
Yeah.
And what he's done is, there's some guys out there that have presidency jobs of hockey operations, and that's a title that, what is he even, what is it?
What's his role exactly?
What's the role?
How much say does he have, or what's going on?
If this player sucks, is he the reason, like, he can, like, how do the protocols go?
Totally.
I think having two ex-players that both have tons of respect, have had tons of success, have a history in the city, it's a good recipe for moving forward. And the Flyers need to find something that they used to have. They need to bring it back there. And the ownership hasn't been able to do it. Fletcher was the GM before this, so I don't think that they could just never really find their footing underneath these guys. So it's been years now. And now they got Torts and this fucking group of guys behind Torts. And I think it's just a great setup.
And what they did, which I love, is they brought ex-Flyers there.
But that's what I mean.
And like, listen, I don't know Pat Verbeek from a hole in the wall, but like, to me, should have been a GM here that was like, Scotty Niedermayer, right? I know who's still there, but I guess what I'm saying is I like guys that are keeping the organization, that have been there, that have had success. I don't know. To me, I thought that was a great move by the Flyers. You know what I mean?
A great move. Yeah. A great move. And it's funny how Eddie O was chatting about Jonesy now. Jonesy's like, Jonesy's got a couple phones now. He's got, I don't know which
presidential line, and he's got the TNT line.
It's great. So the camaraderie, and we talk about this, but TNT's the guys who call the game.
Yeah.
Put Biz and Gretz and Hank aside. The guys who call the game are as tight group of buddies sitting around either, morning of or after the game. They sit around, they know each other. They're brothers.
Totally.
It's a great setup.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. And, Panger's doing a good job interviewing. And then obviously, our girl, Jackie Redmond, she's absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's any question who the best female out there is, it's Jackie Redmond. I mean, she's crushing it for Financial Network. She crushed it for TNT. Her questions are on point. She's got good swag. She knows the game. Yeah. She's killing it.
I wanted to tell her actually live, but I saw game one when you guys were at the game. She did the intro and she had the Fortress behind her and she had the guys with the fucking masks and the drums. And she did a monologue into the game. It was probably 10 minutes before puck drop. So right before the anthems. And fucking Liam threw it to her and she gave this probably 2.5 minute fucking hit.
Is that called a monologue?
No. Yeah, it was like just a good hit, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jackie, you're up. I'm sure she had it in her earpiece.
Sure.
Jackie, you're up. And she just went in and she ripped it. And it was as natural and as to the point with like statistics and stats and the fans. And I was just like, fuck, that was great.
Yeah.
Like, she's a pro. Crispy rice.
Spicy tuna. Which we should probably get some in Florida, right? We get some crispy rice spicy tuna in Florida, right? Somewhere?
I think so, yeah. Fresh sushi. I was going to go for sushi tonight.
You are, eh? You don't want to fucking lay down and have a nap, do you? Do you not just want to fucking lay down and watch a TV show or something?
Oh, but I can't.
What do you mean?
I can't.
Just lay down.
Fucking kids, man.
Oh, yeah. Izzy Beckham, let your dad lay down for a little bit, all right? Maxie, let's give a curfew call here for the lads.
Obes and Uppy, what's going on, fellas? Anyways, the fellas and I are heading down to Bonnaroo this year. I told them you two are Bonnaroo veterans, so just wanted to check in, see if you had any tips of the trade, and for us single fellas and married fellas, what to expect for the talent down there. I heard it's pretty high end. Anyways, fellas, a long-time listener, first-time caller. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, fellas.
Listen,
guy. That's a great question, too.
Updogg knows more than me, but I would say this: bring lots of gitch, lots of underwear. Like, if you think you got enough pair of underwears, throw double 6 more in there.
Yeah, double it up.
And get a little Johnson & Johnson or monkey bum.
Get the monkey butt.
And lots of socks.
Tons of socks.
Yeah, and shoes that you just are comfy.
Like a hiking shoe. One that you can walk through the river in, or you walk through a big pile of shit. Because you might. Hopefully it's not human shit.
Yeah.
It could get greasy there.
Oh, it does get
tons
greasy.
Of shirts. Bring. What's a good thing? Fanny pack. Bring fanny pack.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't need to be like a pink one.
No.
Bring like a fucking.
Fanny pack's
bring
key
a black camo fucking fanny pack. Backpacks are a little tricky.
Yeah.
Cargo shorts.
I was just gonna say I would
bring the cargo shorts
with as many pockets as you can
get. Put the Canadips in one. You can roll up the doobies in the other.
You could put
4 or 5 beers when you go late night, and beers are fucking golden keys there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say another thing that I'm bandanas.
Bandanas.
Maybe sweatbands.
Tennis sweatband, go Roger Federer style.
Wet wipes.
Yeah, for
What
more
are those
than
called?
no, they're called wet wipes. Yeah,
Yeah. Anything else that we use?
Yeah.
Cialis.
Yeah.
Just-
Hats. Bring some hats. A couple pairs of shades.
Bandanas though are key, and if you can bring a nice sweatband, that's important. Towels, little towels.
Lots
little
of
hand
gum.
towels.
Lots of gum. If it gets
You're gonna see
stinky.
the Updogg there. And
Yeah,
by the
I'm going to
way,
be there.
I may, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
I don't know what's there to think about. Like the lineup.
I just want to see my morning jacket at the farm one more time.
I know
and
they're
just
going
don't
at
know
1
if I'm
a.m.,
good.
bud. 1 a.m.
I know.
The epic.
I know. Thank you for the call. Enjoy Bonnaroo. The Updogg will be there buzzing around. If you're looking for him, just go to the very last show of the night and go with the guy with the glow sticks, and that'll be him. So, Missin Curfew will be right back. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. All right, Updogg, let's get in the Stanley Cup Final here, fellow.
Yeah, baby.
I was at game 1. You were at game. I was at game 1 and 2. You were at game 2. I think we did a little preview or a little recap, from Vegas, but I thought in game 1 that Florida came out better than expected. I thought they had their legs. I thought they pushed early. Stahl got the shorthanded goal, and I thought, oh my God, here we're off to the races again, right? We all know what happened in game 1. And then game 2, Bobrovsky, right? I mean, you don't want to blame him, but he looked human, and he looked human in front of the net, or in the net, sorry. And game 2 was a beatdown, brother. That was a statement.
Okay, just start off here. It's hard to think that this 9-10 day break has not affected Bobrovsky because he's not the same Bobrovsky he was in the first 2 rounds. That's point number 1. 2, it's the whole team's mindset right now. They're getting beat. They're getting beat all over the ice. Vegas is playing a style of hockey that I actually haven't seen the Vegas Golden Knights play. They're at a level right now where their players are all playing above and beyond what their expectations are. It starts with their fourth line guys who are, playing great minutes and taking ozone draws and starting periods, to all their defense who are all big, strong, skating well, shooting the puck, not getting shots blocked, to their goal scorers who are paid to score goals. Marchessault, paid to score goals. He's scoring goals.
The odds-on favorite to win the Conn Smythe now is Marchessault after last night. 12 goals. 3 goals, 4 assists in the final. Right now, he's the betting favorite on DraftKings to win the Conn Smythe. I mean, that's a lot of snipes, Updogg. It's a lot.
It's a lot of snipes, 12.
Yeah.
I think Dreisaitl's still leading. He's got 13.
Is he still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gretsch said that.
Aiden Hill. To me, last night, it could have been, for a while there, it was 4, it was 4-0, right? 4-1.
Yeah.
It could have been fucking 4-3 before we knew it. There was some saves, point blank shots. I thought Barkov made a couple plays that were there were cross crease plays, and fucking the shots. Aiden Hill was so just stoned and no rebounds. But kids, he's athletic goalie.
Buddy, I told
Big
you,
boy.
he made some athletic saves in game 2 with his glove that I hadn't seen him make ever. Really, like the one thing to me was, he's a blocker, but rebound control. And we talked about Stuart Skinner, and I'm sure he's a good guy with the sick duster, but come on, man. And him and Hill have a similar game. You got to control your rebounds, and Aiden Hill is doing that. He's feeling it. There was a comment from him today, Uppy, that said, "This is the highlight of my life. I'm enjoying every single moment of it." But to your point, and if, we're on the, you got the Bus in 10 t-shirt on, which is sick tee. I think flying back today, I say, boys, we had some chances, right? If you're Chucky and Monty, we had some chances, boys. We outshot them.
Yeah.
Right? Listen, and until you lose at home, the old saying is you're not, a series hasn't started until you lose at home. I do expect a game 3 bounce back, but like you said, man, Vegas seems to be a well-oiled machine right now. And we did see Big Walt heading over to game 2, and he gave us a great fella from the escalator.
He did.
He went, fella. And then the beauty, he goes, by the way, I don't like your guys' fucking prop bets. Have a little fucking faith, will ya? And I said, well, I took Panthers puck line, fella. I got the first period over Panthers puck line.
He saw mine, which
yours hit.
Mine hit.
Unbelievable.
Same game parlay, DraftKings, baby.
Unbelievable that Redmond asked us on NHL that afternoon. And I'm like, honestly, the Updogs hit probably 6 or 7. That was probably your 7th or 8th. I think I've only hit maybe 3. because they're not easy. And sure enough, and buddy, you fucking text Max. There's 3 minutes left, and you're like, winner, chicken dinner. And I'm like, that fucker shouldn't have texted you that, right? And there's like 20 seconds. There's like 5 seconds left.
Less than 5 seconds.
That. And someone takes a rinky-dink shot that hits a fucking stick, and Aiden Hill doesn't see it, and it just hits his shoulder. And me and Max are like, oh my God, that would have been because you had Vegas last goal.
Yeah, fucking right,
So
baby.
it was just it was a great bet. Great bet.
We did well. Yeah, I did well on my bets yesterday. The over 5.5. Wow. Total in the first period, 1.5 over the posted total. This is now 14, I believe, of 15 games for the Las Vegas Golden Knights have gone over the first period total.
Yeah. Joe Moody loves it. The boys at the Bay Club have been hammering the first period overs. They love it.
Yeah.
That and the spark plugs, those boys love. I want to ask you about the Barbashov hit on your old buddy Gudas. I thought Gudas was on a mission in game 2 to try to put somebody up in our fucking suite. Like he was just absolutely flying all over the place. What a hit by Barbashov.
Yeah.
As much as you probably hate Gudas, and I didn't really, I hope he's okay, but I think that kind of, the Panthers bench might have went, whoa.
Yeah, those are hits. Anyone who's ever played the game, that cold shoulder, that one where you think you got a guy and he buries his edges in the ice, and it's like hitting a semi truck. And he got him square right between the chest, and his head, fell back. And Barbashov, man, he's been
unbelievable.
He's got an edge. He plays with an edge. He's
big time.
He goes to the net. You see, he was taught the right way how to play hockey. Like he's not only he's a great kid, but he plays the right way. He doesn't fucking cheat.
No,
he doesn't complain. He just fucking puts his head down and works, and he's getting rewarded for it. Opes.
You play up and down the lineup.
Yeah.
You want to give Kelly McCrimmon, and we'll see. They're 2 wins away, but that, we were talking and Gretz again. We were talking about Barbashov, and people were talking about Timo Meier, and Timo Meier's a great player, but me and you both agreed that Barbashov was should have been
the pickup.
He's been unbelievable. And then obviously, a couple of our good buddies, Chucky's hit on Ike's. Listen, I thought, first of all, I hope Ike's is okay was the first thing I thought, but it loses his balance, great hit. Then all hell broke loose, and Ike's went back and regrouped and came back, and I'm gonna give him a beer when we do our Get This Guy a Beer segment, but like that's hockey, man.
Yeah.
If you look at the clip where Ike's gets hit and he goes, Prince will find it, he goes.
Yeah, he's winded. I think he was winded.
He was winded.
So there, you
clean hit though, right?
You see the hit, and you can speculate as much as you want on what he might have hurt. His fucking shoulder looked like it got put on backwards. So the shoulder, the right knee
was a little concerning.
Man, and he was tripping and trying to get out of the way at the same time when Matty just had him lined up. But Matty took 1.5 strides, clean as it could be.
Matty kept his arms down.
He
let up a little bit on him, right? He let up on him because I think he realized Ike's in a vulnerable position. And only Ike's would know this, but I think he lost his edge because once he kind of realized, and he kind of fell, and then it was too late. He
started to pick up speed, and Jack Eichel can get to full speed in quickly. 2 strides. He was in full speed, and Matty was just like, boom. Like when Jack Eichel gets his legs and his edges going, he is going fast.
Yeah.
It's top speed, right, in one stride. It's wild. But man, just wrong place, wrong time. But great, like you said, great interview after. Yeah. Jackie grabs him, Panger grabs him. He has the right intention to either say, fucking guy.
It's a physical.
He could have said, fucking, what the hell? Yeah. He goes, you know what? Fucking hit me, woke me up. I had to go in the dressing room for a bit.
And for you people out there that the physical, that's Jack Eichel, who's a superstar, second overall pick. He realizes hockey is a physical game. Yeah. We don't ever want to lose that. No, we don't want anyone to get hurt, but fuck, it was a great response for him. It was unbelievable. And I'm glad he's okay. And when you did say to me, you're like, his neck opens, I was like, I forgot him. Just not that I forgot, obviously, but it slipped my mind about everything he went through. So I'm glad.
So one more thing is his first shift in the third period, he brings the puck all the way down the ice, pulls up. I think Carrier comes in, pokes it out. Ikes gives it to fucking Marchessault for a second of the game, and that put them away. That was 5-1 fucking dagger. Got me my over 5.5 goals. But just that shift, watching that shift, I knew that the Vegas Golden Knights were going to win the Stanley Cup. When Jack Eichel came back like that and he's like, fuck you, it could have been, what if he's out? If Jack Eichel's out, the series they're going back to Florida without their best player.
When the hit happened, you said that could turn the series around. And I thought the same thing. But when I saw Ikes come back out, walking out for the third, I was like, all right.
That first shift, but he just said, fuck it, I'm going.
Yeah, it was a great response. And Updogg, I just wanted to say to the Vegas fans, and shout out to DJ Joe Green, the Golden Knights DJ, who absolutely sends it. You want to talk about National League crispy, get the boys going. It is loud. It is good tunes. Yeah. It is, and the fans, I mean, it was, and it helps when your team's up 7-2 or whatever, but still, like, it was a great atmosphere. And thanks to the Vegas Golden Knights and their whole organization. They've been unbelievable to us, man. Like, let us use a studio. They've been great to our podcast. But anyways, man, it was a treat. It was a great atmosphere in that barn. So I think game 3 in Florida was going to be great too. I can't wait to get into that barn. I can't wait to see Thordy and some other guys. Obviously, you know more people than I did, but Panthers fans, get rocking. Get fucking rocking. This, they're down 2, but let's get them rocking here. So I can't wait for it.
Absolutely, bud. It's going to be fun.
Get this guy a beer presented by our good friends at Labatt Blue.
Labluski.
First, Chase Stillman of the Peterborough Pete's. I played with Chase's uncle, Sean Stefanski, in Kingston. He was my boy. We had so many good times. I used to go to Corey Stillman, Chase's dad's cottage.
You played with him too, though, right?
I played against Corey Stillman. I never played.
Good player, man. Yeah,
but his cottage was National League.
Oh, fucking right.
But anyways, what a hit by Chase. What a big fight. First rounder of the New Jersey Devils. Get this kid at Labatt Blue. He's going to be a player. Can't wait to see him play at the next level. But that was something special.
Yeah, absolutely, bud.
Just like I said, give our boy Jack Eichel a Labatt Blue. I'm sure he had maybe a glass of red wine or something, but get him a blue light. Came back, said all the right things. Said they got a lot of work to do still. It's only 2 games. So Ike's proud of you. Way to fucking compete. And if Chucky's got his head down, maybe give him a little back of his taste, a little medicine, right? And I love Chucky, but that's hockey.
I mean, that is hockey. That's 2 kids that know each other well and U.S. born studs, and they're playing for the cup, man. Anything goes. There's no friends out there.
Yeah. And if we're giving out blue lights, let's give Tom Riley a blue light too. Yeah, let's give Tom Riley a blue light.
Tom Riley, have a couple blue lights.
Let's get Tom Riley a blue light. So, milk carton time presented by our good friends at Life Force, promo code Curfew. I wrote this in my notes, and then I was riding home or just got back to the bar, and I was watching Gretz on TNT, and Gretz was talking about Chris Rooney giving out the 10-minute misconducts, and he said, I haven't seen something since 76, and then we bumped into Gretz, and I said, Gretz, I just wrote it in my notes. So Chris Rooney, who's a good guy, I got to meet him at Broadway's funeral. Chris gave me a lot of penalties, but I'm putting you on the milk carton for giving out all those 10s, man. I get that you want to just keep the game under control, but you can't just give a guy a 10 for pushing somebody, can you?
No.
Like, he was just like this, Uppy. He was tossing everyone. There was nobody left. I don't know. To me, I was like,
you say something.
Yeah.
You're out.
You were there. Yeah. You were trying to make your bird. There was
about 4 guys left on the Florida bench for the last 2 minutes of the game.
It was comical, man. Every time there was half a scrum, he's like, you're gone. Whoop, you're gone. He kicked out Eric Stahl at the face-off. He kicked out somebody else. He was just
out of the game.
Dimes. Just fucking like this. You're gone. So Rudy, you're on the milk carton.
Yeah. Rudy's still a good guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy.
I mean, Steve Kazari. Steve was out there too, right?
Steve.
Nice.
It was Rudy doing it.
Yeah.
It was Rudy just like.
That's great.
See you later. So, milk carton presented by Life Force, and then back up the Brinks truck, baby. Cole Caulfield, 8 years, 67 bananas. I mean, whoa.
Whoa is right.
Whoa.
Kid's a stud.
That's a nice contract.
Eddie loves him. Joel Edmondson loves him. We spent a little time with Eddie up the Memorial Cup, and he said, this kid, Updogg, he's a beauty. He enjoys it. He's highly skilled, good young player, and I'm happy for kids like that.
Yeah.
And when I respect a teammate of mine that tells me something about a young kid, and it's in a positive way, I feel like we did our job, Obes. I feel like when we left the game, we left a good impression on these guys, and now they're doing it to the youth, and that's That's how the world goes around, brother.
Yeah, I forgot to put somebody on the milk carton here. It's going to tee us up to our last point. But congrats to Cole Caulfield. Dust off the Amex. Get the boys to take care of a team dinner. That's a lot of bananas.
Come on the pod.
Tease me up to last but not least, Brad Treliving, a guy that you got lots of respect for. We had talked about it, that the rumors, it's a done deal. Brad likes the hot seat, I think. Hey, he goes in Calgary. He's got to trade Johnny, but now he comes in and he's got to sign Matthews.
He's a good executor, man. Like he likes the CEO position. Like he wants to be the guy, and now he's got the title now.
He's the guy, all right.
He's got a big job to do in the next few weeks here.
Yeah,
pretty interesting stuff coming.
His press conference was great. He said, get to know Austin Matthews and this and that, and I don't know. We'll see what he does. We'll see how he handles it. Obviously today there was some moves being made with the Flyers and LA, and Jonesy and DB getting some draft picks, and Provorov to Columbus, and the rumor is Babcock's coming there July 1, and off season's approaching quickly. So we'll see how Brad does it. But I wish him the best of luck. I think he's a great guy. I don't know personally if I would have dove into the deep end or shallow end. What do you want to call it?
Yeah,
I guess it's deep end if you're going to drown. But we'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. I wish him the best of luck, but I hope he does something big blockbuster.
Just to stir up the city. Cause a fucking uproar in Toronto.
Hey?
Yeah. Get people out on the streets.
Yeah, and get Dumba's agent on the phone and ask him how much he wants. Or they need a right-handed
I read today
D-man.
something at this guy Eklund. You remember him probably, but Eklund. He's a guy. He's actually a Philly guy.
Okay.
A lot of rumors he throws out there.
Love it.
But it was Carlson and a first rounder for Marner or Nylander. I don't know.
You don't remember.
I don't know. No, there was a couple guys, a highly touted prospect, Marner, and someone else.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting to see what plays out. But I like Brad. I thought he answered the questions all the right way. So Updogg will keep her short and sweet today, like we said.
Yeah, our fans don't need to listen to us blabber on for too much longer.
It's the final. Rest is a weapon, right?
That's true.
Take the light skate.
I got to get home, find the new key, do some laundry, and then hit the road again.
On a bird tomorrow.
And then hit the road again. Yeah.
Right back to Florida. So looking forward to it. Max Binger, Hall Pass Media, appreciate it. That was Missin Curfew. Fellas.